All right, this is really personal. I was in the middle of editing my orbs video for you, and I got a major download. And all these pieces started to fit together, and I realized what the message was. Sort of like decoding something. I just decoded something through this video of all these pieces that I pulled in, including my orb sighting, Jake Barber and his team, News Nation, and all these things that are happening through you. I have a message just for you. And I mean this, you. You're very important. You want to find out why? Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. Fear is part of the game. It's what makes things so exciting. Fear! Ah! Good? Bad? Is there good or bad? One creates everything. So we can name it. Just know what it is. But when you name it bad, you might be saying that that shouldn't be. Everything is. Okay, we're going to take this into another space of thinking. If you're naming something bad, it is. One creates all things. So it is that which has been created, even though it's bad. Okay, am I losing you? All right, let's subscribe, because we got stuff coming up. It's unlike any other videos I've been shooting. I told you I was going to take you in a space months ago where we're going to connect to this space. We're not going to be this, attracting this. I have told you years ago, I don't believe in law of attraction. I don't believe in it because there's nothing to attract. We are. You are that or you are not. Even the Bible states this. I tell people, if you think you have to attract something, then you believe that it is outside of yourself, which means it will never arrive because you continue to think of it as something outside of yourself that has to come to you. Instead of thinking, I am that. I am. I create it or I don't. Why would you not create something? Because you have another thought or belief that is, let's just say, dominates. Okay? So you have to change that. That's what we're going into. We're going to open up our thoughts, our beliefs, and realize those are all formed on outside sources that are making choices. And then what we get pelted with, then we make our own choice. We can't blame any of it. Now here's what's happening. I got an amazing download for you. And I hope you'll stick through with this whole video because this is going to be hopefully life-changing for you because I want you to know just how important you are. While I was downloading my orb sighting, and I was watching these interviews on News Nation with Ross Coulthard. If you don't know who he is, I suggest you go over there. I've said this a few times. Why? He is stepping into a space that is different than other people. He's really focused on the interviews with people who are stepping out of, let's just say, the box or these controlled situations, or they have an agenda. Of course, everybody has an agenda. I have an agenda. Peace, light, love, earth transformation. That's my agenda. So what he's doing is really going into spaces and checking it out. He doesn't believe in everything he's interviewing, but he's been interviewing some guys that are former Delta Force level, ex-military, super top secret, probably, the three-letter top secret. I don't know which three letters, but I know there's one that comes to mind. Who have now stepped out of that and are revealing all kinds of things that they need to. And there's other things they're not talking about because we don't need to hear it, but they're revealing some things about what is existing with us right now, what UFOs are, UAPs, NHIs, non-human intelligence. What is it? They're investigating it and they don't claim to know what it is. But here's the beautiful part, and this is where you come in. While I was putting this all together, we were talking about psionics. Psionics is a mental ability, capabilities. It's a psychic ability to communicate. It could mean kinetics. It can mean unspoken communication on all levels. It could be anything that you can imagine that is beyond the human capabilities, out of body experiences. These are all within that realm of using your elevated psychic abilities, which you have. Now, you can actually dip into that anytime you want, because everybody has equal access, because that is actually what we are. That is what we are. This is just a little bubble we stepped into by choice. I am going to be that, and you did it. Now, let's let go of prison planet, aliens control us. Let's let it all go. You are equal energy of all things. Neither good nor bad. You're just experiences. And the experiences are choice. So those who are doing some crazy stuff out there are choosing it. We are choosing other things, and they can equally choose it. Nothing is in stone. Everything is malleable, and everything is a probability. That's why our future is always moving, because every future exists right now. You get to choose which one you step into. Yes, you. Individually, it's not for everyone, because the one is everything. It is this reality, and that one, and that one, and that one, all happening simultaneously. It's actually not simultaneously. That would mean that this is happening separate from that, and it's not. It's just one thing. If you read my book, everything is one thing happening. Oh, you mean simultaneously? No. It's one thing happening. There's no universe or multiverses. Where does it stop and end? It doesn't. Can't wrap your head around it? Don't have to. You're not meant to. Now here's what started to come together. I've been asking you, and I do this myself, to understand how important you are, and that every thought of yours is creating, because you are all things, which means that thought creates. I'm not worthy. This is outside of me. Please help me. And so you have this whole belief system that creates. It's being created. You are separate. You don't have power. Something else does. And it just keeps going. You evolve or not. But everything's moving. Everything's expanding. Did you know that our universe is expanding faster than the speed of light away from us? Out. We're not the center point of it. So where's the center point? There isn't one. All right, back to you. All right, so this is how important you are. The future probability that we can go into, if we choose, because we do have a collective experience, the future probability is a picture, and that picture isn't complete without your puzzle piece. So it may look bigger than you, but it's not a full picture without your puzzle piece. So your participation in that is required for that to manifest. That's how important you are. If it doesn't, it shifts over here to the complete picture over here. Maybe it's not a nice one. So if your puzzle piece is put in over here, then this is what the collective on this in this particular matrix game. We are beyond that, but we're playing a matrix game. We appear to and experience this as an individual. So play the game. Don't try and overthink it. You can go out into that, but we're supposed to be playing this game. So where are you putting your puzzle piece? And I'm going to thank you right now. There's a big thank you. I realized the connection with all these things. Now all of a sudden I've seen orbs. I have been watching these interviews with these guys. Why are these super high level ex-military who really have nothing good to gain from stepping out and talking about these unidentified beings, what they are, studying them? They're disconnecting from the government. They don't care what the government says. They know there's crazy stuff going on there. They are just pursuing this. They've got some help. They got some big bucks behind them, which is good. Why are they doing that? Well, if you hear their stories, they all had experiences. Now here's where free will, you're going to love this. Here's where, this was the major download. Here's where free will came in to play. None of that can help us without our choice. Our choice is what creates, manifests our reality. It then can participate only if we order it, because it cannot infringe on our free will. So all this power out there, why aren't the aliens showing up and giving us free energy? They've got it. We shoot at them. So when we change that, we get that. Now, I keep sending light and love to the universe out. I imagine our planet being enveloped in it. Remember I told you, service to others first. You can't infringe on their free will. How do you affect them without doing that? You send them light and love, and they make the choice. There may be a day somebody says, I don't want to kill that person. I don't have anger anymore, and they don't know why. It was you. It was you. And so this sending light and love and blessings without judging anything and knowing that we don't know why people are making certain choices. They've chosen to experience certain things, to evolve, to know no darkness. It's just an experience. But when you send your light and love, you allow us to put the puzzle piece in over here that's going to complete this picture that we will step into. Now here's how it works. When you send that light and love out, Jake Barber, who has no spiritual bone in his body at the time, is picking up some alien craft in his helicopter by himself. And he starts to get this wave of light and love, unconditional love, that was beyond his comprehension. He cried. He was crying. He thought he was having a nervous breakdown. He's picking this thing up. He realized it was communicating with him. Guess why that happens? Because we're ordering it. Now, he received that message. What he did with that was his choice. But because you and I and so many others are putting that light out, now those entities now are getting permission to go ahead and send that message here. In other words, we're sending our light and love. We are now focused on, entangled with that unconditional loving energies, those orbs and that, are now sending those messages out to everyone, because we are opening that gateway to say, yes, we want that, we love it, we're participating in it, and we become entangled with it. We're choosing this, not that. We become entangled with it, and therefore it now sends that message out, because we as a collective are making that choice more and more. Then when it hits somebody like Jake Barber and Fred, I can't remember his last name, he's associate, they're getting hit with this wave of light and love that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger because of you. Because of you. And they now are going into a space they never imagined possible, that's so beautiful. So beautiful. And now they're making choices. Jake Barber, super wealthy guy, he owns several multi-million-dollar businesses. Didn't have to do this. And he realized there was a higher calling. And now he's stepping out and letting people know what this is. And that we must make higher choices, and it's not about our government, and that there are good people in there, and then there's some controlling ones, self-serving ones. But the more of us that come out into this light, and those light workers that step out, the more we shift into this picture, and the puzzle pieces start going in, because you presented this, and they make the choice to put that puzzle piece in. If it's you making that higher choice, sending that light and love, you have affected that pilot out there picking up a UAP, who's now getting that message from this being of light and love that's connecting to you and I, and those of us who are making that higher choice. It's getting more expansive, it's affecting other people, and then they get to make the choice if they're going to step up their game. Thank you. That's how powerful you are. You did it. Don't say you didn't. If that puzzle piece is missing, there's no picture. We're not in that reality. You had to do something. And if you think you haven't contributed, and your world is not looking like that, like the one I see, then join us. You can put your puzzle piece over here, and then it's a newer, higher, even more beautiful picture, right? It becomes whole. We're going back into oneness and whole, and that is unconditional love. Everything else is the experiments, the trial runs, the adventures, and it's going back and back and back, because we don't want to destroy this planet as entities that are loving. Don't want that. So before we take it out, we have a choice to transition into something so completely different. You're doing it. You're doing it. And so you might think you're not that important. You think, oops, I'm having some bad thoughts. You can change them. That's okay. You're loved no matter what. So we're going into this era where we're going to see the orbs. They're connecting because we're saying, yes, I'm turning the dial to that radio station. Thank you. We're going into the penthouse. We know it's up there. Champagne and orbs and a beautiful view. And they're celebrating. They're bouncing all over the place in joy. It's a joyful place to be, and you can experience that here and now. Even though that's going on, we still participate in the whole, in the collective choices. So you're going to see people doing some really horrific things. Can you love them anyways? If you do, we go up to the leaderboard, my friend, in a way you never imagined possible. And then we hook onto some big old balloons in the penthouse and even go further up into something else that's beyond comprehension. So thank you. This is happening because of you. And I know it's you, because unless you're one of those trolls that comes on and says nasty stuff. Trolls are cute. They live under bridges. I don't want to live under a bridge. If it's not you, then you're on my channel for a reason. There's no coincidences. Let go of the rules about how that works. So get ready. It's really speeding up. And because people in power, those light workers I told you they'll start stepping out, are going to step out more, because the more that do here, these who wanted to but didn't now are going to be encouraged, because now they're spreading that beautiful message, and these guys will do it, and these guys will do it, and it just keeps going. And there'll be people that are afraid of ghosts. They're demons. And then there'll be some incidents or situations where they'll realize, wait a minute, that's not true. That was a religious thing that's supposed to keep me in fear of that power. Nothing can harm you. And if there are, of course, there's entities that are unseen that are on a lower frequency, but you won't connect with them unless you are on a lower frequency. We were talking about, why do kids have some negative entities visiting? Most of them have been abused, physically abused. So it's a low frequency of fear and just sadness. And so those entities are just picking up. It's just a radio station they're dialed into. That's all. And that's how that's happening. It's almost in every single case, by the way. So fear not. If that's you, you can dial into the station and forgive them. And if you're really advanced, there's nothing to forgive. It's part of the experience. Forgive means you've done something wrong. When you're super awakened, no one does anything wrong. It's impossible. You just are. You're just doing it. Thank you. Thank you. Those of you who want to create the new world, this is why I created digitalexplorers.net. Because I am creating planet conscious businesses with people who have amazing ideas, and you guys are out there. You're doing stuff that's so different, but who's going to help you launch a business doing that? I am. You got some ideas? Come on over if you want to create an online business. And by the way, some of my students, it's not just online. They have events. Nikki, she's going to be traveling cross country. Wait to hear what her plans are. They're pretty big. She'll announce that up the road when she's ready. And so it could be a combination of anything, but we put it together as a formal business strategy step by step so you know how to do this, monetize it, so you could actually do it for a living. But you got to take it seriously. You're not going to come, it's not make money online crap. That's that low level, chasing stuff. It doesn't make you wealthy. It makes somebody else wealthy who wants to give you false promises. But what are the intentions? Our intentions are to change the planet, change how online businesses operate, right? Change the world, change business. That's my mission. You guys know I'm up for Most Fundable Companies 2025 by Pepperdine University. Send some messages out there that I'm the finalist. Well, I'm a finalist now, but that I get the big prize. I'll be in Entrepreneur Magazine if that happens, and I'll be on, all kinds of media blitzes across the country. I'll be at a showcase in Malibu in September. I have faith, but I'm going to leave it up to the universe because I'm always in good hands. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. These are free. This is a free webinar that talks about online businesses and why they fail and what we're doing that's totally different. Yeah, so if you want that, if you're entrepreneurial, let go of the fear, man. Come on over. It's school with me, live coaching, and then you have an online training system. You're in with people like you. You should hear our conversations. They're really out there. They're fun and creative. It's a space where you're safe. You can talk about anything. And we translate it into business. So we're not just down there just talking about this. Isn't like, touchy-feely. It's like, okay, now how are we going to do this? What kind of business are you going to create? And then I give you all my training, because I am an expert coach online. You guys are amazing. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Blessings. And thank you. They, all that is, says thank you. Keep up the great work. Namaste.